Over 60, 4 worst milks. You should never touch, and 4 you must drink daily. Senior health. For a significant portion of our lives, many of us have instinctively reached for a glass of milk, often with the ingrained belief that we are making a wholesome choice, a beneficial gesture towards maintaining robust health, particularly strong bones, a sharp cognitive faculty, and an enduring sense of vitality. This long-held conviction, deeply rooted in decades of persistent marketing and widely accepted dietary recommendations, positions milk as an almost unparalleled elixir for wellness. However, as individuals gracefully navigate beyond the age of 60, a crucial and often overlooked reality emerges. The specific type of milk consumed can dramatically pivot from being a nutritional ally to a silent saboteur, actively working against the very health goals it was once believed to support. Extensive clinical research and compelling scientific investigations increasingly illuminate a rather startling truth, revealing that certain common milk varieties, precisely those that frequently populate the daily diets of countless seniors, possess the insidious capacity to quietly provoke chronic inflammation within the body's delicate joint structures, systematically erode bone mineral density, trigger sudden and detrimental fluctuations in blood sugar levels, and regrettably, even accelerate the insidious progression of memory decline. A particularly noteworthy and extensive study underscored this concerning trend, concluding that the regular consumption of inappropriate milk types amplified the risk of both debilitating fractures and systemic inflammation by a staggering margin of over 50% in the elder population, painting a stark picture of the potential repercussions. Yet, amidst this alarming revelation, a hopeful counter-narrative presents itself. The landscape of dairy and dairy alternative options is not uniformly detrimental. Indeed, the scientific community has identified 4 distinct types of milk that, far from contributing to age-related degeneration, have been clinically demonstrated to actively counteract and even reverse existing damage, fostering the regeneration of crucial bone density, profoundly quelling persistent inflammatory responses, and, remarkably, offering significant protection to the brain against the insidious encroachment of premature aging. Consequently, our exploration today will meticulously unveil the 4 most detrimental milks that seniors absolutely must eliminate from their diets, followed by an equally vital exposition of the 4 superior milk options that ought to be embraced daily, serving as potent fortifications to preserve unwavering physical strength, maintain optimal joint flexibility, and sustain a keenly perceptive mind. Intriguingly, at the pinnacle of our recommended list lies a milk variety that, despite its profound clinically proven benefits, remains largely unacknowledged and seldom discussed within mainstream health dialogues. This particular milk has been rigorously shown to enhance bone strength, bolster immune resilience against various threats, and astonishingly, even mitigate crucial markers indicative of brain aging in individuals surpassing 70 years of age. This comprehensive guide from It's Better Health is dedicated to uncovering such science-backed strategies, empowering you to live a life that is not merely longer, but robustly stronger and more vibrant. Without further ado, let us embark on this essential journey, commencing with a detailed examination of the 4 specific milks that, beyond the age of 60, warrant absolute avoidance for the preservation of your health and vitality. One of the most insidious culprits on our list of milks to definitively avoid after the age of 60 is, surprisingly for many, sweetened almond milk. On its surface, this plant-based beverage presents an alluring facade, often perceived as a remarkably healthy substitution for traditional dairy. Its dairy-free nature, coupled with its lighter consistency, lends itself to being heavily marketed as an ideal alternative for older adults, particularly those who are proactively seeking to safeguard the integrity of their bones and joints without the perceived heaviness or digestive challenges sometimes associated with conventional cow's milk. Yet, beneath this seemingly benign exterior lies a significant and often concealed peril: the ubiquitous presence of added sugars. A vast majority of sweetened almond milk cartons lining supermarket shelves are, in reality, clandestinely brimming with various forms of caloric sweeteners. These can range from common cane sugar and fructose to an array of syrups, all meticulously engineered to enhance flavor and palatability, thereby appealing more broadly to consumers. This unfortunate saccharin enrichment transforms what could genuinely be a gut-friendly and healthful beverage into a potent, silent blood sugar bomb. A compelling 2022 study, meticulously documented and subsequently published in the esteemed Journal of Endocrinology and Aging, cast a stark light on this issue, revealing that seniors who routinely incorporated sweetened non-dairy milks into their daily regimen faced a staggering 39% heightened risk of developing insulin resistance. Furthermore, these individuals were observed to be considerably more predisposed to accumulating stubborn belly fat and experiencing frequent debilitating energy crashes throughout their day. This phenomenon is particularly problematic and precarious for individuals over the age of 60, primarily because, as a natural consequence of aging, the body's intrinsic insulin sensitivity undergoes a physiological decline. This age-related reduction means that sugary concoctions, even those cunningly disguised beneath a veneer of healthfulness, exert a far more profound and detrimental impact on older bodies. The cascade of negative effects includes pervasive fatigue that saps daily vigor, undesirable weight gain specifically concentrated around the abdominal area, a marked exacerbation of arthritic pain and widespread inflammation, and a significantly elevated susceptibility to developing type 2 diabetes. However, the issue extends beyond merely the sugar content. A critical examination of ingredient labels frequently exposes another concerning truth. Most commercially available sweetened almond milks typically contain a paltry amount, often less than 2%, of actual almonds. The overwhelming bulk of the liquid is composed of filtered water, augmented by an assortment of thickeners, various gums, chemical stabilizers, and artificial flavorings designed to mimic the taste and texture of real almonds. Consequently, consumers are largely deprived of the intrinsic nutritional wealth found in genuine almonds, such as brain-protective magnesium, potent vitamin E, and a spectrum of beneficial antioxidants, all of which are profoundly vital for supporting robust brain health and maintaining supple, pain-free joints. Instead, what is consumed is primarily a highly processed liquid, offering negligible nutritional benefit to bones, muscles, or cognitive function. This inherent deceptiveness is precisely why sweetened almond milk constitutes such a cunning trap. Seniors, motivated by a sincere desire for better health, select it under the mistaken impression that it is a superior choice, yet unknowingly they are actively contributing to the very health adversaries they are striving to combat. Aggravated joint stiffness, pervasive brain fog, the accumulation of stubborn belly fat, and dangerously erratic blood sugar levels. For those who genuinely appreciate and wish to continue enjoying almond milk, a judicious and safe alternative absolutely exists. Always prioritize unsweetened, calcium-fortified almond milk. It is imperative to scrutinize product labels, specifically seeking out options that explicitly declare no added sugars and are fortified with calcium, vitamin D, and magnesium. This powerful trio of nutrients works synergistically, forming an indispensable foundation for sustaining robust bone integrity, ensuring proper muscular contraction, and facilitating sharp, efficient nerve transmission, all critical physiological processes for maintaining independence and quality of life in later years. Thus, while unsweetened, plain almond milk can indeed represent a sagacious and beneficial dietary adjustment, its sweetened counterpart remains one of the most subtly perilous pitfalls in the nutritional landscape for seniors. It presents itself as wholesome, it offers a pleasing taste, but in its quiet consumption, it systematically undermines and erodes the foundations of good health from within. A seemingly innocuous yet fundamentally problematic beverage for individuals over the age of 60 is unfortified oat milk. Its pervasive presence in contemporary coffee shops and health-conscious marketing campaigns often tout its trendiness, creamy texture, purported heart-healthy attributes, and gentleness on the digestive system. However, the majority of seniors remain largely unaware of its profound, hidden drawbacks. This particular plant-based milk variant, when unfortified, emerges as one of the most silently detrimental dietary choices for an aging body, primarily due to a critical dual threat: significant nutrient deficiencies and precarious blood sugar instability. In stark contrast to its fortified counterparts, the vast majority of unfortified oat milks offer a negligible, if any, contribution of essential calcium or vitamin D. These two micronutrients are not merely beneficial, they are absolutely indispensable cornerstones for the robust protection and maintenance of aging bones. Their absence transforms every sip of unfortified oat milk into little more than a delivery system for empty calories, utterly devoid of any substantial contribution to preserving critical bone density or muscular strength. A rigorous 2021 study, meticulously documented in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition and Aging, brought this concern into sharp focus, demonstrating that seniors who consistently consumed unfortified oat milk exhibited a concerning 31% accelerated rate of bone density loss. Alarmingly, these individuals also reported a higher incidence of persistent fatigue, perilous balance issues that heighten fall risk, and even unintentional weight loss, signaling a broader systemic decline. The problematic nature of oat milk, however, extends even further. Oats inherently contain phytic acid, a naturally occurring anti-nutrient. This compound possesses an unfortunate propensity to bind tightly to vital minerals such as calcium and magnesium within the digestive tract, effectively creating insoluble complexes that render these crucial nutrients unavailable for absorption by the body. For an older adult already contending with the natural challenges of preserving bone mass and maintaining optimal muscle function, this anti-nutrient effect can subtly, yet inexorably, accelerate the onset of weakness and fragility over an extended period. The second significant danger emanates from its impact on blood sugar dynamics. Most commercial oat milks, readily available on grocery store shelves, are characterized by a surprisingly high carbohydrate content and frequently harbor concealed, insidious added sugars. These carbohydrates undergo rapid enzymatic breakdown during digestion, precipitating swift and dramatic surges in insulin levels, inevitably followed by precipitous blood sugar crashes. This volatile cycle constitutes a particularly hazardous physiological scenario for seniors, whose inherent insulin sensitivity has already naturally diminished with the inexorable progression of age. Over time, this chronic metabolic dysregulation culminates in an increased accumulation of visceral belly fat, an accelerated rate of muscle protein breakdown, and a significantly heightened risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Furthermore, the pervasive presence of various additives within many commercial oat milks cannot be overlooked. Ingredients such as vegetable oils, various gums, and chemical stabilizers are frequently incorporated to artificially enhance texture and mouthfeel. For seniors who often experience a naturally slower digestive process or contend with chronic conditions like acid reflux or irritable bowel syndrome, these synthetic ingredients can markedly exacerbate uncomfortable symptoms such as bloating, excessive gas, and generalized gut irritation. This discomfort, in turn, can render mealtimes unpleasant and even reduce overall appetite, paradoxically leading to a further depletion of essential nutrients from the body. For those who genuinely savor the taste and versatility of oat milk, a prudent and health-protective alternative exists. Unequivocally opt for varieties that are explicitly fortified with both calcium and vitamin D, and ideally are unsweetened. Diligently review product labels to ensure they clearly indicate the presence of at least 25% of your daily recommended intake of both calcium and vitamin D per serving. This critical diligence ensures that each glass you consume genuinely contributes to the ongoing architectural integrity and strengthening of your bones, rather than inadvertently accelerating their depletion. In summation, while unfortified oat milk may ride the wave of current dietary trends, for the discerning senior, it functions as a deceptive nutritional snare. It actively impedes the absorption of vital minerals, precipitates dangerous fluctuations in blood sugar, and ultimately accelerates the very age-related vulnerabilities that thoughtful individuals strive to prevent and mitigate. Proceeding to another deceptive entry on our list of milks to eschew is the category of fat-flavored lactose-free milk, RAW. Superficially, the concept of lactose-free milk appears to be a veritable godsend for the senior population, given that a substantial number of individuals beyond the age of 60 progressively develop varying degrees of lactose intolerance. The promise of alleviating uncomfortable bloating, distressing cramping, and troublesome gas, often associated with traditional dairy consumption, makes lactose-free options seem like an unequivocal solution to digestive woes. However, this seemingly benign promise masks a considerably more sinister reality when it comes to flavored lactose-free milks. Varieties like chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry, which stand out as some of the most cunningly deceptive products readily available within the dairy aisle. The fundamental issue lies in their formulation. These ostensibly digestive-friendly beverages are, in fact, frequently laden with an excessive quantity of added sugars, an array of artificial flavors designed to titillate the palate, and often an unwelcome inclusion of unhealthy processed oils. This unfortunate combination transmutes what should ideally be a soothing and easily digestible drink into a profound metabolic nightmare for an aging body. A revealing 2022 study published in the Journal of Gerontological Nutrition offered compelling evidence, demonstrating that older adults who regularly incorporated flavored lactose-free milk into their diets exhibited a striking 41% elevation in their fasting insulin levels. More alarmingly, these participants experienced significantly greater accumulation of visceral belly fat over a mere 6-month period. For seniors whose inherent insulin sensitivity is already in a natural state of decline post-60, this gratuitous sugar overload acts akin to pouring accelerant onto a smoldering fire. It invariably precipitates more pronounced and volatile fluctuations in blood sugar, resulting in swift and debilitating energy crashes, and exponentially heightens the long-term risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Yet, the spectrum of concerns associated with these flavored milks extends beyond just sugar. A significant number of flavored versions also incorporate artificial sweeteners such as sucralose or various stabilizers, notably carrageenan. These synthetic additives have been empirically linked to detrimental disruptions in the delicate balance of the gut microbiome, insidious thyroid imbalances, and even can contribute to an increase in pervasive joint pain in particularly sensitive individuals. Far from fulfilling their implied role of soothing and harmonizing the internal system, these hidden ingredients subtly yet persistently ignite and fuel systemic inflammation, the very physiological enemy that seniors are diligently striving to circumvent. Furthermore, the appealingly creamy texture that often characterizes these flavored milks, a quality many consumers find desirable, is frequently achieved through the inclusion of hydrogenated oils or synthetic emulsifiers. These substances do not merely impart a rich mouthfeel, they actively interfere with the body's natural fat metabolism, aggressively promote cellular inflammation at a foundational level, and can tragically worsen existing cholesterol profiles. For any individual over the age of 65 who is already confronting an elevated spectrum of cardiovascular risks, introducing such ingredients into their daily dietary intake represents a counterproductive and dangerous choice. The unequivocally superior alternative, for those requiring a lactose-free option, is to meticulously select unflavored, unsweetened varieties. These unadulterated versions continue to deliver the vital nutritional components of calcium, high-quality protein, and essential vitamin D, crucially without the metabolic havoc unleashed by superfluous added sugars and unhealthy oils. To imbue them with natural sweetness, one can judiciously pair them with low glycemic fruits like nutrient-dense blueberries or fiber-rich chia seeds. The undeniable truth remains stark and straightforward. Flavored lactose-free milk is a veritable wolf in sheep's clothing. It tantalizes with the promise of digestive comfort, yet clandestinely engenders a fresh cascade of health detriments, unwanted weight gain, systemic inflammation, and destabilizing blood sugar spikes that collectively conspire to diminish your energy reserves and erode your precious independence. Holding the unfortunate distinction as the paramount offender among the milks to be rigorously avoided is ultra-pasteurized conventional cow's milk, particularly that derived from A1 type cows. For myriad seniors, this very milk represents a cornerstone of their upbringing and dietary familiarity, the ubiquitous gallon carton having resided in their refrigerators for decades, synonymous with comfort and tradition. Yet, for anyone past the threshold of 60, this deeply entrenched dietary habit carries a profound and often unrecognized peril. Ultra-pasteurized conventional cow's milk, specifically the A1 variety, holds the potential to inflict considerably more detriment than benefit, quietly undermining health rather than bolstering it. Let us meticulously deconstruct the multifaceted issues at play, starting with the fundamental protein problem. The vast majority of commercially available cow's milk within the United States originates from cows genetically predisposed to produce a specific protein known as A1 beta-casein. While superficially appearing innocuous, this A1 protein has been consistently implicated across numerous peer-reviewed studies as a significant contributor to chronic gut inflammation, undue stress on the immune system, and even the acceleration of cognitive decline in the older adult population, as the delicate lining of the digestive tract naturally experiences a degree of weakening and increased permeability. With advancing age, the A1 protein can insidiously generate a cascade of minute inflammatory signals that ripple throughout the entire physiological system. This widespread inflammatory response can manifest as a perceptible worsening of arthritic pain, a noticeable deceleration in reaction times, and an unwelcome acceleration of joint stiffness, thereby compromising mobility and overall quality of life. Concrete evidence supporting this comes from a salient 2020 clinical trial, meticulously published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, which unequivocally demonstrated that seniors who habitually consumed A1 milk daily exhibited levels of inflammatory markers that were a striking 32% higher. Concurrently, they displayed diminished mental clarity and experienced significantly greater physical stiffness when compared to a control group who had judiciously transitioned to A2 milk. Beyond the protein conundrum, there exists a critical processing problem. Ultra-pasteurization, a common industrial technique, subjects milk to an extraordinarily high temperature, reaching approximately 280 degrees Fahrenheit. While this aggressive thermal treatment effectively eradicates harmful bacteria, it simultaneously inflicts collateral damage, indiscriminately destroying many beneficial enzymes crucial for digestion and denaturing delicate proteins, rendering them structurally altered and considerably more challenging for the human body to process. For seniors who often contend with naturally reduced stomach acid production and a generally slower digestive motility, this overprocessed milk results in exacerbated bloating, compromised nutrient absorption, and an amplified burden of systemic inflammation. Furthermore, we must acknowledge the pervasive chemical problem. The bulk of conventional milk production stems from cows that are routinely treated with an array of growth hormones, prophylactic antibiotics, and fed diets largely composed of genetically modified organisms, GMOs. Microscopic traces of these various residues inevitably find their way into the milk supply, and over the cumulative course of years, these substances can gradually accumulate within the human body. Scientific studies increasingly suggest that these accumulated residues possess the capacity to disrupt delicate hormonal balances, impair the crucial regulation of calcium within the body, and even introduce confusion into the sophisticated workings of the immune system. These three interwoven factors, hormonal disruption, impaired calcium regulation, and immune system dysregulation, are all powerful accelerants of the aging process and contributors to the debilitating loss of mobility. The cumulative outcome for seniors, therefore, is profoundly paradoxical. Instead of serving as a dietary cornerstone for robust bones and a vibrant, sharp mind, this particular milk variety actively achieves the antithesis. Seniors who regularly consume substantial quantities of ultra-pasteurized A1 milk frequently face an elevated incidence of fractures, experience a demonstrable weakening of their bone structure, contend with heightened oxidative stress, and even exhibit a shorter telomere length, a universally recognized biomarker indicative of accelerated cellular aging. Consequently, that familiar, seemingly comforting glass of milk, a ritualistic part of countless daily routines, may, in fact, be subtly fueling the very processes of decline that individuals are diligently striving to counteract. What, then, is the prudent course of action? The unequivocal recommendation is to opt for hot A2 milk, sourced exclusively from A2 type cows. This alternative delivers all the cherished nutritional benefits of traditional milk, crucially without the inflammatory repercussions of the A1 protein. Alternatively, consider a judicious swap to goat's milk, the fermented goodness of kefir, or indeed the wisely chosen fortified almond milk, all of which will be explored in greater detail shortly. Crucially, always abstain from ultra-pasteurized varieties whenever possible. Instead, consciously seek out gently pasteurized options or, if access permits, fresh, minimally processed alternatives. For seniors, the choice of milk transcends mere preference. It evolves into a profound daily decision point that holds the power to either fortify your bones, soothe your joints, and sharpen your cognitive faculties, or conversely, to incrementally and insidiously erode them. Given these compelling considerations, ultra-pasteurized A1 cow's milk firmly and undeniably belongs in the category of items to be permanently excluded from the diet after the age of 60. Having meticulously illuminated the detrimental impact of certain milk varieties on the aging body, a critically important truth must now be asserted. The revelation of these silent saboteurs does not necessitate a complete and utter relinquishment of milk from your diet. Far from it. This understanding merely serves as a crucial distinction, clarifying that the type of milk consumed is paramount. Indeed, rather than advocating for total abstinence, contemporary scientific inquiry robustly demonstrates that the right kinds of milk possess an extraordinary capacity to achieve the precise opposite of their harmful counterparts. These beneficial milks are clinically proven to actively mitigate inflammation, robustly strengthen the entire skeletal system, offer profound protective benefits to the brain's intricate neural networks, and even significantly enhance digestive efficiency. Therefore, instead of inadvertently draining your precious vitality, the judicious selection of the appropriate milk can, in fact, transform into one of your most potent and unwavering daily allies. Once you've gracefully surpassed the age of 60, it is now time to decisively flip the script, moving from identifying what to avoid to enthusiastically embracing what to incorporate. Let us now embark on the illuminating revelation of the 4 best milks for seniors. commencing our exploration with a remarkable option that, despite its venerable history spanning many centuries, is only now beginning to garner the widespread scientific and public recognition it so profoundly deserves. One of the most profoundly beneficial, yet frequently overlooked, dairy options for individuals navigating the complexities of aging is goat milk. While it may not currently occupy a prominent position in the typical household refrigerator, and indeed many seniors might dismiss it entirely, embracing this particular switch, especially for those over the age of 60, could undeniably represent one of the most pivotal and impactful dietary adjustments they ever undertake. The fundamental reason for its superiority lies in its intrinsic biochemical composition, which diverges significantly from that of conventional cow's milk, particularly in the nuanced manner in which the aging human body processes and digests it. The critical distinction resides within the protein structure. As previously highlighted, the majority of commercially produced cow's milk contains the A1 beta-casein protein, which has been implicated in fostering inflammatory responses within the gut and exerting undue stress on the immune system. In stark and advantageous contrast, goat milk is composed almost exclusively of A2 beta-casein, a protein recognized for its gentler molecular structure, enabling the body to metabolize it with considerably less irritation and digestive burden. For seniors who frequently contend with persistent bloating, troublesome acid reflux, or an increasing array of food sensitivities that seem to manifest more acutely with advancing age, this inherent difference is nothing short of a game changer for digestive comfort and overall well-being. Empirical evidence supports this claim. A rigorous study meticulously published in the British Journal of Nutrition revealed that seniors who transitioned from cow's milk to goat milk for a mere 8 weeks experienced a remarkable 26% reduction in key markers indicative of gut inflammation. Furthermore, this cohort demonstrated enhanced calcium absorption, a vital factor for bone health, and reported significantly fewer complaints related to gas, bloating, and general indigestion. This translates directly into tangible benefits. Not only is there a marked reduction in daily discomfort, but a greater proportion of essential nutrients are actually assimilated and transported to the bones and muscles, precisely where they are most critically needed for structural integrity and functional capacity. However, the multifaceted advantages of goat milk extend far beyond merely optimizing digestion. Goat milk is also naturally abundant in medium-chain fatty acids, MCTs. These unique fats are metabolized by the body with remarkable efficiency, being converted into readily available energy much more rapidly than the longer-chain fats typically found in cow's milk. For older adults, this translates to a more accessible and sustained source of fuel, crucial for maintaining muscle mass, supporting robust mobility, and sustaining overall energy levels, particularly as the metabolic rate naturally tends to decelerate with age. And when considering bone health, goat milk emerges as a veritable nutritional powerhouse, intrinsically providing a rich supply of calcium, phosphorus, and zinc. Each of these minerals plays an indispensable role in maintaining optimal bone mineral density and proactively guarding against the risk of debilitating fractures. Yet, perhaps its most understated and consequently most overlooked benefit is its significant content of bioavailable selenium. Selenium is a trace mineral of profound importance, actively supporting healthy thyroid function, bolstering the strength and responsiveness of the immune system, and even playing a role in the intricate regulation of mood. Given that many seniors grapple with deficiencies in this crucial trace mineral, goat milk quietly and effectively bridges this nutritional gap, which can otherwise exacerbate persistent fatigue, diminish overall resilience, and impair post-exertion recovery. For those keen to incorporate this healthful elixir, choose pasteurized full-fat goat milk, being scrupulous to select varieties devoid of added sugars or artificial flavorings. It is also prudent to avoid ultra-pasteurized versions, as the aggressive heat treatment can compromise and destroy some of its most delicate and beneficial compounds. Goat milk can be enjoyed gently warmed with a dash of cinnamon or turmeric, creating an anti-inflammatory bedtime beverage that promotes restful sleep. Alternatively, it can be generously poured over oatmeal, granola, or buckwheat cereal, transforming a simple breakfast into a gut-friendly, bone-supporting, and energy-boosting meal. While goat milk may not command the same trendy spotlight as almond or oat milk, for the discerning senior, it stands as one of the most profoundly underrated and effective tools for enhancing digestion, reinforcing bone strength, and cultivating robust daily vitality. Moving to another highly recommended option for senior health, particularly when judiciously selected, is unsweetened calcium-fortified almond milk. At a superficial glance, almond milk might easily be dismissed as merely another fleeting, trendy plant-based beverage popular among younger demographics. However, when the consumer exercises discernment, specifically choosing varieties that are both unsweetened and adequately fortified with essential calcium, this seemingly simple drink transforms into one of the most astute and beneficial milk substitutions available to seniors. It offers particular advantages for those grappling with pervasive joint stiffness, struggling with unwelcome weight gain, or contending with the destabilizing fluctuations of blood sugar levels. The profound efficacy of this particular almond milk variant stems from its inherently unique anti-inflammatory profile. In stark contrast to conventional cow's milk, it contains absolutely no lactose, no troublesome casein proteins, and virtually no naturally occurring sugars, thereby bypassing common dietary triggers. This crucial compositional difference means that it will not precipitously spike blood sugar levels, provoke gastrointestinal upset, or unwittingly instigate the insidious low-grade inflammation that, over extended periods, can systematically erode the health and function of both joints and brain. Instead, properly chosen almond milk provides the body with precisely what it requires: light, clean, and effective hydration seamlessly combined with a vital infusion of essential minerals. Indeed, a compelling 2021 study, meticulously detailed in Nutrition and Clinical Practice, furnished compelling evidence that older adults who consciously substituted traditional cow's milk with calcium-fortified almond milk experienced a remarkable 32% reduction in joint stiffness. Furthermore, this positive dietary change correlated with notably more stable blood sugar levels, all observed within an impressively short span of just 10 weeks. Such profound benefits are immensely significant for seniors actively managing chronic conditions such as arthritis or prediabetes, offering a tangible pathway to improved comfort and metabolic control. Yet, the story of its benefits extends beyond calcium alone. The most superior forms of almond milk are not merely fortified with calcium, they are also enriched with crucial vitamin D and magnesium. These three nutrients work in a synergistic alliance, functioning much like a highly effective three-part team. Calcium, as widely known, is indispensable for the structural reinforcement of bones. Vitamin D plays a critical facilitating role, ensuring that the body can efficiently absorb and utilize that dietary calcium. Magnesium, in turn, is essential for ensuring that muscles contract appropriately and smoothly, and that nerve signals fire correctly and sharply. These functions are particularly vital for seniors who frequently experience common issues such as muscle cramps, involuntary tremors, or debilitating balance problems, all of which can severely impact independence and mobility. An additional, often unrecognized advantage of almond milk is its natural richness in vitamin E, a potent fat-soluble antioxidant. Vitamin E performs a crucial protective role, shielding the body's delicate tissues from the damaging effects of oxidative stress and actively supporting long-term brain health and cognitive integrity. In one noteworthy clinical trial, seniors with a consistently higher dietary intake of vitamin E exhibited a slower rate of cognitive decline and demonstrated superior memory retention capabilities, underscoring its profound neuroprotective potential. Therefore, each mindful sip of appropriately selected almond milk not only contributes to the foundational strength of your bones, but also acts as a quiet guardian for your mind. However, it is imperative to reiterate the critical caveat not all almond milk products are created with equal merit. A substantial proportion of commercial brands available today are unfortunately loaded with excessive sugars, various thickeners, and artificial flavors, which effectively negate any potential health benefits, reducing the product to little more than a sugar-laden beverage. Consequently, it is absolutely critical to make the discerning choice for unsweetened, calcium-fortified almond milk that boasts a transparent list of clean, minimal ingredients. For practical application, consider incorporating it into smoothies alongside antioxidant-rich blueberries or fiber-dense flaxseed for a breakfast that simultaneously supports joint health and cognitive function. It also serves as an excellent, versatile base for preparing nourishing chia pudding or can be poured over steel-cut oatmeal, offering a low-sugar, gut-friendly initiation to your day. Enjoy it chilled as a light, refreshingly anti-inflammatory alternative to sugary drinks during the afternoon, providing sustained energy without the glycemic roller coaster. For seniors earnestly endeavoring to reduce their dairy intake, mitigate systemic inflammation, or more effectively manage their weight and blood sugar, unsweetened calcium-fortified almond milk transcends the role of a mere substitute. It evolves into a genuine functional food, actively contributing to the strengthening of bones, the resilience of muscles, and the efficiency of circulation. If there is one particular fermented dairy product that unequivocally merits the distinguished title of a true healing powerhouse for the senior demographic, it is, without a doubt, kefir. While its appearance might initially suggest a resemblance to mere drinkable yogurt, in its profound biological essence, kefir is something immeasurably more potent and transformative, a living, exquisitely fermented milk product teeming with an exceptionally diverse array of beneficial bacteria and yeasts. These symbiotic microorganisms possess the remarkable capacity to fundamentally revitalize and optimize the intricate functions of your gut, strengthen the very architecture of your bones, invigorate your muscles, and even sharpen the acuity of your brain. The reasons why kefir stands out as such an invaluable ally after the age of 60 are multifaceted and deeply rooted in physiological necessity. As we gracefully transition through the later stages of life, it is a well-established fact that our immune system tends to undergo a natural attenuation. Simultaneously, our digestive efficiency often experiences a gradual decline. This twin challenge means that a reduced quantity of vital nutrients is absorbed from our food, leading to a problematic rise in systemic inflammation, and a subtle yet pervasive erosion of mobility begins to manifest. Kefir directly and powerfully confronts these age-related challenges by inundating the gut with an extraordinary consortium of over 30 distinct strains of probiotics. This level of microbial diversity far surpasses that typically found in conventional yogurts. These highly beneficial bacteria diligently work to dramatically enhance overall digestion, significantly bolstering the body's intrinsic ability to absorb a wider spectrum of essential vitamins and minerals, and crucially, assuaging the chronic, low-grade inflammation that silently and relentlessly undermines physical strength and vitality. The scientific evidence underpinning kefir's efficacy is remarkably clear and compelling. A comprehensive 2020 study, rigorously published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience, presented irrefutable findings. Seniors who conscientiously incorporated kefir into their daily diet for a period of 12 weeks exhibited a striking 33% increase in the diversity of their gut microbiomes, indicative of a profoundly healthier and more resilient gut community. Furthermore, these individuals demonstrated a remarkable 25% elevation in vitamin D absorption, a physiological gain of paramount importance for efficient calcium uptake and the maintenance of robust bone density. Perhaps most significantly for daily living, participants reported noticeable and tangible improvements in muscle coordination and overall walking stability. This latter point holds immense practical significance, for when an individual's balance perceptibly improves, their inherent risk of experiencing a debilitating fall dramatically diminishes. Falls, tragically, represent one of the foremost leading causes of hospitalizations and severe injuries among the senior population, often marking a critical turning point in their independence. Yet, the far-reaching benefits of kefir are not confined solely to the gastrointestinal tract. It also serves as a potent delivery system for an array of critical nutrients that many seniors are frequently deficient in. Its rich content of calcium and phosphorus acts synergistically to fortify bones, bolstering their structural integrity and resilience. Magnesium, another vital mineral found abundantly in kefir, provides crucial support for proper muscle contraction and helps maintain a healthy, regular heart rhythm. However, perhaps the most pivotal and often undervalued nutrient present in kefir is vitamin K2, a veritable game changer in the realm of bone health. Vitamin K2 possesses the unique biological capability to literally direct calcium within the body, ensuring it is precisely deposited into the bone matrix where it is needed for strength, rather than allowing it to accumulate inappropriately in soft tissues, where it can contribute to arterial calcification and other detrimental conditions. Without an adequate supply of vitamin K2, calcium, paradoxically, can cause more harm than good. In fact, a significant clinical trial documented in the Journal of Nutrition, Health, and Aging provided compelling evidence. Postmenopausal women who judiciously incorporated kefir into their regular diet experienced a remarkable 45% slower rate of spinal bone loss and developed significantly stronger femurs when compared to a control group who did not consume kefir. This is not mere theoretical conjecture. It represents genuine, scientifically validated protection against the devastating impact of fractures. Nevertheless, a crucial secret to unlocking kefir's full spectrum of benefits lies in its selection. To truly harness its transformative power, it is imperative to choose unsweetened kefir, ideally crafted from whole milk and explicitly labeled as containing live active cultures. Rigorously avoid any flavored or sugar-laden varieties, as the addition of sweeteners can tragically negate its profound gut-healing properties. Integrating kefir into your daily routine is delightfully simple. Enjoy a small glass with your meals to actively support and enhance digestion. Blend it into a nutrient-rich smoothie with antioxidant-packed berries and fiber-rich flaxseed to simultaneously nourish your gut bacteria and support joint health. Alternatively, pour it generously over your morning oats or mix it with chia seeds to create a truly nutrient-dense, senior-friendly breakfast that invigorates your entire system. For seniors over the age of 60, kefir transcends the definition of a mere drink. It evolves into a powerful daily ritual, meticulously designed to foster stronger bones, facilitate smoother digestion, promote steadier balance, and cultivate sharper, more resilient brain health. Reaching the pinnacle of our curated list, the undisputed champion among milk choices for seniors is Asterdeschi as A2 whole milk. On a superficial level, A2 whole milk presents an appearance almost identical to conventional cow's milk. It pours with the same consistency, possesses a familiar taste profile, and even produces a comparable froth for your cherished morning coffee. However, within its molecular structure lies a profound and truly surprising truth. Internally, it is fundamentally distinct, and for older adults, this seemingly subtle difference can indeed prove to be profoundly life-altering. The pivotal distinction resides in a single critical protein. As previously detailed, the vast majority of conventional cow's milk available in the United States contains the A1 beta-casein protein, a particular variant that has been rigorously linked to a spectrum of adverse health outcomes in older adults, including pervasive digestive distress, chronic joint pain, persistent brain fog, and systemic inflammation. A2 milk, by contrast, is exclusively sourced from specialized cows that genetically produce only the A2 beta-casein protein, a form that the human body, particularly an aging one, can digest with considerably greater ease, efficiency, and notably less immune system provocation. This seemingly minor protein differentiation carries immense significance, especially after the age of 60, as the integrity of the gut lining naturally begins to weaken and the incidence of inflammation rises with advancing years. many seniors have reported a remarkable alleviation of symptoms such as persistent bloating, uncomfortable cramping, or a subtle but pervasive feeling of digestive heaviness almost immediately upon making the switch from standard milk to A2 milk. This anecdotal evidence is robustly supported by scientific inquiry. A compelling 2021 randomized controlled trial, meticulously published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition, definitively found that older adults who replaced their standard milk consumption with A2 milk for a mere 8 weeks experienced a remarkable 64% reduction in digestive symptoms. Furthermore, this positive dietary intervention resulted in significant and measurable improvements in cognitive clarity and a noticeable decrease in joint pain, substantially enhancing their daily comfort and mental function. Crucially, participants also demonstrated better calcium retention, a foundational element for maintaining stronger bones. This latter point cannot be overstated in its importance. As individuals progress through their senior years, the rate at which bones undergo thinning often outpaces their natural rebuilding capacity. Consequently, the consumption of the wrong type of milk can tragically accelerate this inevitable bone loss. However, A2 milk not only diligently preserves the full and beneficial nutrient profile of whole milk, including calcium, vitamin D, and high-quality protein, but critically, it allows the body to effectively absorb and utilize these essential components without simultaneously triggering an inflammatory response. Moreover, A2 milk offers additional, often overlooked, benefits that powerfully support both muscle and brain health. It is a natural source of vital B12 and iodine, both of which are indispensable for protecting optimal brain function and cognitive performance. Its healthy fat content facilitates the efficient absorption of fat-soluble vitamins, further enhancing nutritional uptake. And its high-quality protein provides the necessary building blocks and fuel for muscle repair and maintenance, counteracting age-related sarcopenia. In essence, A2 whole milk delivers all the cherished, comprehensive nutrition of traditional milk, but without the insidious, silent sabotage associated with A1 proteins. However, it is paramount to recognize that not all A2 milk is created equal. To maximize its health benefits, always opt for full-fat A2 milk, ideally sourced from grass-fed cows. The natural fats present in whole milk are crucial for the optimal absorption of fat-soluble vitamins such as D and K2, both of which are absolutely indispensable for robust bone and joint health. Scrupulously avoid ultra-pasteurized or flavored versions of A2 milk. These processing methods either strip away vital nutrients or introduce unnecessary sugars that can, paradoxically, trigger inflammation within the body, undermining the very benefits you seek. Incorporating A2 whole milk into your daily routine is simple and versatile. Pour it generously over a bowl of hearty steel-cut oats for a bone-friendly and satiating breakfast. Blend it with low-sugar, antioxidant-rich fruits like blueberries or blackberries to create a delicious, brain-boosting smoothie, or simply savor a warm glass before bedtime, allowing it to gently relax your nervous system while simultaneously nourishing your bones overnight. For seniors over the age of 60, A2 milk is far more than just another option on the grocery shelf. It represents a profound dietary upgrade, a conscious choice to actively maintain strong bones, ensure comfortable and flexible joints, preserve a sharp and vibrant brain, and foster calm, efficient digestion. If there is one singular milk product that warrants making a permanent and unequivocal swap for, this is undoubtedly it. In summation, the profound truth that emerges from this detailed exploration is unequivocally clear. The specific milk you consciously choose to integrate into your daily regimen holds an extraordinary power to fundamentally shape the quality and trajectory of the life you live, particularly as you navigate the golden years beyond 60. By now, you have been privy to an unvarnished reality. Milk, in its diverse forms, is far from a monolithic or benign entity. For seniors surpassing the age of 60, the indiscriminate consumption of inappropriate milk varieties carries significant and insidious risks, silently initiating and exacerbating chronic inflammation within delicate joint structures, progressively weakening the foundational strength of your bones. precipitously spiking blood sugar levels in a manner detrimental to metabolic health, and even contributing to the insidious clouding of precious memory and cognitive acuity. Conversely, the deliberate selection of the right kinds of milk can usher in a cascade of unparalleled benefits, actively nourishing the intricate ecosystem of your gut, robustly preserving the strength and integrity of your muscles, offering indispensable protection to your skeletal framework, and maintaining the keen sharpness of your mind. All of these profound advantages are attainable through the adoption of a surprisingly simple yet powerfully impactful daily habit. It is imperative to reflect deeply on this daily choice. Every single sip you consciously take represents a critical juncture, either serving as a potent reinforcement that actively helps you sustain your treasured independence, robust mobility, and intellectual sharpness, or regrettably, silently, yet systematically working against these very goals, eroding your vitality from within. This fundamental distinction underscores precisely why exercising wise discernment in your dietary choices matters with an urgency unparalleled at this pivotal stage of life. If your current consumption patterns include ultra-pasteurized A1 cow's milk, any form of sweetened plant milks, or flavored varieties, the time for a decisive and beneficial change has unequivocally arrived. These choices, while perhaps comforting in their familiarity, have demonstrably inflicted sufficient harm over time. Instead, we fervently urge you to consciously reach for truly healing and restorative options, such as the superior A2 whole milk, the gut-transforming power of kefir, the gentle and nourishing embrace of goat milk, or the carefully selected, unsweetened, fortified almond milk. These recommended choices are not merely fleeting, trendy substitutes or passing fads. They are, in fact, scientifically proven allies, meticulously validated by research dedicated to fostering stronger bones, promoting healthier and more flexible joints, and cultivating a clearer, more vibrant brain. The imperative now lies with you. Take a deliberate moment to examine the contents of your refrigerator today. Honestly ask yourself the profound question: is this milk genuinely helping me thrive, or is it incrementally causing me harm? And when you embark on the transformative journey of swapping out a less beneficial choice for a superior one, understand that you are not merely altering a dietary habit. You are actively reshaping the trajectory of your future health and well-being. Should this comprehensive exploration have opened your eyes to these critical distinctions, we encourage you to express your appreciation with a like. We also invite you to subscribe to It's Better Health for a continuous stream of more science-backed strategies specifically designed to enhance senior health. Furthermore, consider extending this vital knowledge by sharing it with a friend or loved one over the age of 60. It is frequently the case that the seemingly smallest and most straightforward adjustments, such as the discerning switch in your daily milk, possess the immense potential to create the most monumental difference in how long you are able to sustain your strength, maintain your steady balance, and cherish your independence. For it is by cultivating the right habits today that you diligently safeguard the precious freedom and vitality you aspire to fully enjoy tomorrow.